Now we're live. This is 10-minute labs. Tonight, we're going to go deep with the one and only Megan Farrell Nelson from Flagler Beach. She's Palm Coast, Florida, right? And if you don't know Megan, you're about to, because we're going to go deep 10 minutes. So this is I've known Megan for many years, and I'm very, very grateful to be a part of this with you tonight, Megan. She is the immediate past president of her local NAR association. I had to practice saying that because Megan's the person who actually corrected for me and let me know that it's not NAR. By the way, those of you watching, it's not NAR, it's NAR. Correct, Megan?
Yes, correct.
All right. So she knows a lot about real estate, and she's going to drop some knowledge. So let's set a timer. I'm going to set my timer here. Ready?
Sure.
Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
There we go. So we got our 10-minute counter going. Let's dive right in. In the world of real estate, Megan, what do you obsess over?
I am obsessed with customer experience and just making sure that people have a great experience. My biggest pain point in like my life, my soul, is when someone says that they hate their real estate agent. And I'm like, oh, like you hate them. Like, what did they do that's that bad? So I'm actually extremely passionate about creating a better customer experience and therefore creating a better real estate agent, whether that be when I'm working on one side of a deal with another agent that maybe has an opportunity to educate them, we do that, or putting on free local events to provide education for agents. All
right, so let's dive into that for just a minute. I know I only have 10 minutes. This is probably a whole webinar. How are you educating other agents when you're in a deal? Are you doing it gently? Are you doing it like smack across the head? How are we educating agents?
So I believe that everyone is doing the best that they can at that time with the tools that they believe they have available, right? So I am always gentle with it. I'm never like smacking someone upside the head because we all know this business is hard, right? And sometimes even when you are an amazing agent, sometimes things slip through. Sometimes you don't know everything and there's always opportunities to learn. So whenever somebody is on the other end of a deal and, they miss a signature or they, don't attach something, I'm not, I'm just always providing opportunities for education. Or, I even had one just recently with an as-is contract that they requested 13 items on the repair addendum. And before I presented it, I had that honest conversation like, hey, an as-is is as-is, and kind of went down that path with them. And they ended up being really appreciative because, we figured out that we narrowed it down from 13 to 3 main items their people wanted. And we were able to get that done for them rather than sending over 13 and then the deal falling apart.
I love it. So creating a better experience for the client, right? For the other agent, for everyone involved.
Yep.
I love it. All right. Changing gears. What do you see as the biggest opportunity, to grow your business for the remainder of this year?
I think that is ultimately, that's it. Like just providing a better experience for people. You're not always going to be the right agent for everyone. That's, obviously we all have different personalities. And I will tell you that if you are an engineer or maybe an accountant, I'm probably not the one for you. But if you want to figure out where like little Jimmy's going to grow up, I will hug you and pick out which room he's going to grow up in. So I think it's just really focusing on my skill set and how I can help people. And sometimes being able to, have those honest conversations is what really helps the consumer, and being willing to tell them what they need to do or tell them what they need to hear, whether that be pricing or decluttering or whatever.
Yeah, and you might even be the person who taught me this phrase, but I keep hearing you, as you're talking, I keep hearing your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Like that's literally, I think you say that a lot, right?
Yeah, it's true, right? Like you can't be everything to everyone. And I think that's a huge lesson. I know you mentioned for like newer agents, that's a huge lesson. We all want the sale. That's how we get paid. But trying to fit a square peg in a round hole is just going to make you miserable. It's going to make the customer miserable. And it's just going to leave for that bad taste in your mouth, negative experience.
Yeah, 100%. And I know your presence online. I don't know people watching if they've seen you, but you do a lot of creativity in a lot of things you do, right? I remember you during the beginning of COVID, you and your husband had this cooking show that was Facebook Live. You've done some cool videos. You do open house things. Tell me about a little how does creativity fit into your world as a realtor?
So I am a former kindergarten teacher, which I think that is where that creativity stems from. And I mean, we're marketers, right? That's our job. I have always been just naturally attracted to listings, and as a lot of us are, and I really, really enjoy that process. And it's just always about trying to keep people on your page longer, on that listing longer, watching your video longer. So doing crazy things like the other day, Brady did a cannonball into a pool for one of our listing videos, and he was fully dressed in his suit and or button up and everything. So it's like doing things like that to keep people's attention, and then they'll look at your house. You know what I mean? So things like that.
Interesting. And when he did the cannonball, I didn't see that one. Like, did you get a good response? Is it working? Like, how's it?
Yeah. We've done that. I've dove into a pool in a dress. I think the video that I dove into the pool in a dress, like my friends were sharing it. My friends across the country were sharing it. And people were like, "What? You had your heels and your dress on?" And it's like, just step outside that box of like, "Hi, I'm here in front of 123 Main Street. Look at the house," and then do a video or picture slideshow. Like that's not going to cut it anymore. So
totally. And
out of the box.
And so along those lines, has COVID changed anything in your business? Have you adjusted, or has it been pretty much the same thing since before?
So obviously we've made some adjustments, just like everyone has. We've done video, and I don't know if it's just the age I am. I mean, I've had an iPhone since they came out when I was in college and things like that. And, I'm very fluent with selfies. And so just doing the video has been something that's been a fundamental part of our business. And so I think now we've just taken it a step up. We still do those, like you said, the cooking show on Facebook Live.
Yep.
We still are doing I do a lot of Facebook Lives from sunrise. We're still doing that stuff. And then now we actually hire people. Every time we have a listing, we get a professional video shot. And that has given us the consistency of that and posting constant video has just had our business go through the roof. I mean, today alone, we received 3 messages from people who are ready to list.
Dude, I love it. I love it. All right. So I know we only have 10 minutes, but I had an idea just now. We'll have to talk about it offline. So those of you watching, I've known Megan for years. I don't know how long we've known each other, but do most of the pools, because you're in Florida, do most of the houses you sell as listings have pools in them? Is that pretty common, right?
It's common, yeah.
Okay. What if you created the world's first Canon selfie? So
I'm going to have to get like a case for.
In every listing, I know, just get a waterproof camera, like a GoPro or something. Yeah. In every listing you do, right? You have Brady in a suit, do a cannonball into it while holding a selfie, and you edit that in, and you make like a Canon selfie. Anyway, all right, let's move on.
Next pool house, that's what we're doing, Jess.
All right, cool. Let's see. How about what's the biggest mistake experienced agents are making right now?
I would say not sticking with the basics and getting too caught and pulled in different directions. Video, I'm going to come back to it just because it is so important. And I mean, you hear it all across every podcast, every coaching call, everything. You're hearing video. And if don't get me wrong, there's times where I have to make myself do it when I notice I haven't done it in a while. But getting that video out there, that's part of the reason that we ended up doing the Cooking with the Nelsons, is because it's something where we can consistently put it on our schedule, and it's an hour that we're on Facebook Live. And that hour, do I think that people are sitting there watching it for an entire hour? No. There are some that comment through the whole time, but that hour, Facebook's constantly pushing it more and more back up. So it's extending my reach through the algorithm. And it's therefore all of those people who are getting that Facebook Live are now getting my listing videos, are now getting my just listed pictures, are now, all of those things. So I would say just skipping out on the basics, and one of those basics being putting your face on camera. And I learned this one from you, that the same part of your brain lights up when you're watching someone on screen as when you're face to face. So build those relationships using social media and video, because people feel like they know you.
I love it. We got 1 minute left. What advice would you give to a brand new agent who is watching this?
I would definitely say to find somebody whose business looks like what you would want yours to look like. Whether that like on all fronts, the number of sales they're doing, what they're doing to market, and how their personality is, and just reach out to them. I would say for the most part, agents are willing to help people, especially, you know, if they have the time to. So finding an agent who's doing what you want to do and finding out how they're doing that, and just, you know, see if they'll let you tag along with them and put your face on video.
And that's the thing. If we just, I mean, you're right on every single training ever. That's what they say: video, video, video. But it works, and you're living proof that it works. Your business is skyrocketing with video. Yeah. I'm gonna go watch like 6 episodes of Cooking with the Nelsons just to like catch up. Like what's right? What you
perfect.
Now, can you hear that?
Me?
It's super quiet. Anyway, that is our timer. That is our 10-minute timer. We are spot on for time. There was one person who did put a comment on while we were recording this live, by the way. So I want to give a shout out to Mel Parsons, who said, Megan! Right? She's another one of our LCA hosts. So she was excited to see you on here. Megan, this is super fun. I would happily do this again anytime. Thank you for being here. Guys watching, if you want to hang out for a minute, we can chat once I click stop here. But guys, have a wonderful night. This is 10-Minute Labs. Right, brought to you by LCA Elements. Elements coming soon to a theater near you. Check it out. It's going to be amazing. All right, guys. Enjoy your night. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.